An accountable reimbursement plan is exactly that, a reimbursement plan. Sometimes you will spend money on behalf of your business. The IRS will respect the business reimbursing you for the money spent if you have an accountable reimbursement plan. Most of the time, it's a pretty simple document. So why do I mention it? Because you don't, strictly speaking, need it for the Augusta Rule. The Augusta Rule can have an indirect impact on other things you do. So let's come back to the generics. The Accountable Reimbursement Plan allows the business to reimburse you for things you paid for. Now let's start with basics. In general, I don't like you using the Accountable Reimbursement Plan. I want every one of you to have it just in case. Every taxpayer should have this for each business. But as an asset protection lawyer, because remember, I wear multiple hats. I'm an accountant, I'm a lawyer. Why do I want you to not reimburse yourself? Because from an asset protection standpoint, I want your LLC, your S Corp, your C Corp, whatever your entity is, to act like a separate financial person. What do financial people do? They pay their own bills. That's really important from an asset protection standpoint. So in general, as a non-tax asset protection lawyer, I don't like businesses reimbursing you for things you paid for because the business should pay for it. But sometimes that's not possible. And there are also sometimes some odd circumstances that tax-wise, you really want the business to reimburse you in spite of the asset protection implications. So it gets a little convoluted. To repeat, everybody wants to have for their business an accountable reimbursement plan. I want you to use it the least possible. Now here's how it intersects some with the Augusta Rule. If you have a home office, you need an accountable reimbursement plan. Let me repeat that. If you have a home office and you write it off, you want an accountable reimbursement plan to reimburse yourself for the use of the home office. Now, if you don't have a home office, if you're just going to use the Augusta Rule, there's no home office that you're using in that personal residence, you don't need to worry about this. Would I still use the plan document we provide you so that in general, outside of everything we're talking about, other expenses that you reimburse, the IRS respects them? Yes. Why do we care again in this specific situation? I want an accountable reimbursement plan that contemplates you reimbursing for the use of the home office. That way, the Augusta Rule does not interfere with the home office. The Augusta Rule, improperly used, can interfere with your home office deduction. We don't want that. Part of planning around such interference is making sure that your company reimburses you through an accountable reimbursement plan for the use of your home office, completely separate from the Augusta Rule. That's why we've included it. We're really thinking far downstream, not just the Augusta Rule, but what are the potential impacts it can have on other things you're doing. And that's why we included one.